Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we're giving our first impressions of Hanging Garden. Or Gardens? Is it Gardens or Garden?
The Hanging Gardens.
Nice.
Tried to type it
Uh,
in on the site and it won't you take it because I didn't put the.
oh, jeez. But as you can see here, we played on Board Game Arena. This is a replay of our game of it. And yeah, Board Game Arena, we highly recommend trying your games on here before you buy them. We sometimes do those videos where we do an actual playthrough of the game. So if you'd like to see us do a playthrough of this one specifically, let us know in the comments below. But yeah, the game is kind of a tableau builder style game. I think those are kind of a game style we tend to like. Do you like tableau? I know I like them quite a bit. Is that something
Yeah,
you tend to like?
yeah, I like that quite a bit as well. It's always a satisfying thing.
Yes, and it's even funner when you kind of have to do it in a kind of certain order. So this one you can see probably guess by the orientation here you are having to build it like a pyramid. So you'd have to have something on kind of the two bottom levels to support one above it, so on and so forth until you've filled in all of those spaces, triggering kind of the end of the game. You'll be gaining those through the different turns by if Pepper goes down a little bit, the worker placement spots. You kind of in each column there, each round, um, two people will be able to be placed there, and then you can pick kind of any of them. And if you pick anything but the bottom one, kind of like a lot of games have. You have to do some payment in order to purchase maybe something that's later on, but otherwise the tiles will slowly slide down, so they'll become cheaper and cheaper. But you don't want to miss your opportunity for some of them
Yeah,
because you've got kind of these different scoring conditions as tableau builders kind of tend to have, where it kind of matters the orientation you have things in. Like one of the things you're trying to do here is you get kind of a goal card with water, and you want water tiles, which you can kind of tell from the tops of the tiles. There's a little bit of water, and you want kind of those in the same orientation as a card that you have for more and more bonus points.
yeah,
So that's one thing you're focusing on. Then you've got these flowers on the different tiles, and you're trying to make big groups of same colors. So you want a big group of reds, big group of yellows, big group of blues. You want all of those things. So you're trying to orient it so that those all connect to each other. Um, and yeah, you got different tree types, all different ways to
yeah.
score like a normal tableau builder. So you're kind of trying to balance all these things at once. Something I tend to enjoy in games, and it feels I can't name a single one, but it just feels like something. Stone Spine Architects. It makes me kind of think of a little bit. It's kind of a newer one that's also on Board Gamer. You try that out. I highly recommend that one. It's from Thunderworks Games. Uh, yeah, it's a thing that I really enjoy in games. So I always up for trying these style. And yeah, I thought that the system here worked pretty cleanly. It was a pretty quick, clean
Yeah.
game. Uh, you could also, I think maybe one of the bigger hooks of this game that was maybe different than some of the other things I've seen is you can see there some of the tiles are blanks. They kind of don't have anything, whereas the other ones have like people in them, which the people do effects too or whatnot. But uh, you can purchase kind of these upgrades to your tiles, kind of from that upper board there. See, that one just went in there, and some of those might have the flowers like those do, or they might have kind of the other symbols that you see throughout the game. And I think that's pretty cool. I don't know that that's always a thing, but it's kind of a cool way to kind of be like, okay, I can afford to put this one here because I'm hoping that maybe later on, say you needed a tree that matched it, I'll at least have my opportunity right there. Place that
Yeah.
tree in there that kind of matches with the one next to it, so that they're adjacent. I love that it allows you to kind of continue going because you're always having to take tiles during your turn, so it's not like you can just wait and wait and wait for a good one to, the one you're looking for to come up. So I really like that you can kind of fill it in with a blank one and hope that you'll have an option to buy the right thing that you're looking for kind of later on in the game. Uh,
Yeah.
but later on in the game, as in it's only a couple more turns probably.
Yeah.
It's a really quick game. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I think this one does a great job at all that stuff. Very clean. welcoming game.
Yeah.
I guess, do you have anything that I missed there, Pepper?
I would say first player is pretty important in this.
Oh yes, I forget. I always forget about that first player. It's been a little bit since we played this one, but the first player you can see there now on by the score pad there. There are some goals that are happening,
Yeah.
and those you're looking for those symbols in your little tableau as well. But if you are the current first player, you get a pretty much bonus symbol of all of those kind of at the same time. You're
Yeah.
fulfilling technically each one of those is one of those pieces. So it's kind of like you have one yellow flower, one water, one
Yeah.
in a way.
I mean, yeah, a
So
one discount when you only need three is huge, just for getting first player,
it is
which
huge.
is kind of printed on the bottom of some of these tiles with that crown. It's one of the coolest first player things that I've seen in a game, and I like usually if first player means something, it means it's a heavy, crunchy game where turn order matters, and then you really got to think it out. But in a nice, simple game like this, I really like that. That was one of the biggest hooks, along with those empty tiles that you get to fill later. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it does a lot of great things. It has a lot of basic stuff that you've seen before, set collection, but it does all of it really well. It can be tight at times with the coins that you're getting to be able to buy higher tiles, but I think that's a good thing. So I'm probably coming in maybe 7.5 to 8 here for me.
No, nice. Yeah, this one's probably a 7.5 for me as well. I think that first player thing really, especially this one's a two-player only game. Is this two-player only?
I'm not sure. I will
But
look at them.
I think that definitely that first player thing works. Because, like you said, it's in a lot of Euro games to try to get first player. And that's great if you play a lot of games at like four players. I think that is very meaningful. But we play a lot of our games at two players, and then it's kind of like, I don't know that I really want that first player if it doesn't really come with anything else, because I don't mind going second. There
Yeah.
are some times where it's like, oh, I really need this action, so I do have to go first next time.
Yeah.
So that does happen even in two-player games, but yeah, in a two-player setting, I think having something like that for the first player, if there are goals that everyone's going for, I think that's a great mechanism there. And yeah, I'd love to see, even if it's not necessarily that, something like that where it maybe gives you a discount on something. Doesn't necessarily have to be working towards goals, but maybe building something or whatever. If you need resources, kind of giving you ongoing discounts. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be the one thing I'd love to see in other games as well.
Yeah.
But is that all you got, Pepper?
All I've got, and you
Sure.
beat me pretty bad. I played pretty badly, so that probably dropped it 5 spots. Imagine what it could be.
Be a 10 out of 10 for you, Pepper. I know what it'd be. But yeah, if you made it this far in the video and liked the video, you can give us a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos like this, possibly that playthrough if anyone would like to see that. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.